This graph highlights the short-term irrigation recommendations, based on the most accurate weather data, and demonstrates the degree of deviation from the long-term irrigation recommendations, that are based on historic climate data and trends. Fertigation tank injection rates are based on long-term forecasts, so any large deviations may indicate the need for review of how much element is being supplied compared with the recommendations. From the main dashboard, click on the Irrigation Deviation tab. View recommended element application against recorded data. Collapse the general left-hand navigation column for easier viewing using the orange arrows at the top left of your screen. Select the required farm from the farm drop-down list. The field names are listed down the left, under the farm name. Expand or reduce the horizontal date range by using your mouse wheel or pinching your fingers in or out on the mouse pad. You can also use the vertical and horizontal scroll bars to view different parts of the screen. Open or close any panels using the up and down arrows. The upper graph demonstrates how the long-term irrigation recommendations, based on historic climate information and forecasting, varied from the short-term, actual, recommendations based on current weather conditions. The short-term recommendation line represents 0% deviation. This is the recommendation based on the most accurate weather information. The long-term recommendation excluding rain line represents what irrigation volumes were recommended based on long-term trends without any rain. The long-term recommendation including rain line represents what irrigation volumes were recommended based on long-term trends with rain taken into account. The controller log graph shows how much irrigation was given according to any linked controllers, and how this deviated from the short-term recommendation. The number of different colored mobile app graphs will depend how many monitoring stations you have and show how much irrigation was given according to any data entered at each station from the mobile app, and how this deviated from the short-term recommendation. These will only show if you have data entered from the mobile app. This image shows a field with irrigation data entered on the mobile app. Each station shows as a different color. In this case, station 1 is yellow and station 2 is pink. It is easier to view these graphs individually by selecting by data source from the split by options at the top right of the screen. If you split the recommendation graphs, the moisture sensor graph remains in place at the bottom of the screen, and you need to use the vertical scroll bar on the right to move between the graphs. The IoT sensor graph is shown for each block that has linked moisture sensors. The graph is set to default to 3 lines: top critical zone, low critical zone, below feeder routes. Each line description also includes the name of the sensor and the unit of measurement. Any other line can be selected to be shown. If you have linked controllers, you can see how the IoT sensor data impacts on the automated irrigation scheduling. You can hide or show any line, or hover your cursor over any point for more information. Use the 3-bar menu on the right to access the full screen mode and for print and download options. Irrigation Deviation v2 page.